Could you survive 24 hours as a gladiator? It is dawn, and you wake on a stone cot behind a locked iron door. In a few hours, those doors will open, and you will walk out onto the sand. Above you, 50,000 people are already filling the stands. They have come to watch you fight, and you are certain to watch you die. But almost everything you think you know about this day is wrong. This is 24 hours as a gladiator. To understand today, you first have to understand what you are. You are a gladiator, and this is your world, the training school they call the ludus. You may have come here in chains, a slave, or a prisoner condemned to fight. But look around you. Not every man here was forced. Some of them signed up, free citizens who sold themselves to the arena for money and for fame. Because a great gladiator is not a nobody. He is a star. Women swoon over him. His name is scratched onto walls all across the city. Whatever you were before, in here you have become something valuable. And that single fact will change everything about how today unfolds. Your morning begins the way every morning does, with training. Under a trainer called the doctore, you drill the same strikes 1,000 times over. Shield up, sword short, always to the body, never wild. This is not brawling. It is a craft, closer to a deadly sport than a battle. Then you eat, and not scraps, barley, beans, and enough food to build a heavy layer of fat and muscle. That fat is a kind of armor. It shields the nerves beneath your skin from shallow cuts. They call you and the others horderii, the barley men. You are fed, drilled, and healed by real doctors because you are expensive. Your owner spent a small fortune turning you into this. And a man does not throw away a fortune for a single afternoon's entertainment. Hold on to that thought. Today it may be the only thing that keeps you alive. By mid-morning, the whole city is roaring. Today is a munus, a day of games, paid for by a rich and powerful man. He is called the editor, and today he may even be the emperor himself. He did not pay for all of this out of kindness. He paid for it to buy the love of the crowd. And the crowd has come in their tens of thousands. You are marched through the tunnels beneath the greatest arena ever built. Above you rises the colosseum, stone climbing 4 stories into the sky. 50,000 voices shake the walls around you. And this is the moment the films always get wrong. They show the gladiators halting before the emperor, raising their arms and crying, "We who are about to die salute you." It almost never happened. That line was said once in the entire history of Rome, not by gladiators, by condemned prisoners at a staged sea battle decades before this. You say no such thing. You simply wait in the dark, listening to the crowd scream for the show to begin. Then a gate grinds open and blinding light pours in. You walk out onto the hot sand into a wall of noise. On every side, the stands rise up like a cliff of faces. High above, the editor settles into his seat, and across the sand, your opponent steps out to meet you. You are a murmillo, a heavy fighter, a tall shield, a short stabbing sword, and a helmet crested like a fish. You can barely see through the narrow eye holes, and inside it is crushingly hot. But that helmet turns your head into a wall of metal. Your opponent is your opposite in every single way. A retiarius, no helmet, almost no armor, barefaced and lightning quick. In one hand, a 3-pronged trident. In the other, a weighted net. This pairing is no accident. The slow, armored man against the fast, exposed one. The crowd adores the contrast. Because this is theater, and the two of you are its actors. A referee steps out between you. Yes, a referee, carrying a long staff. He is the summa rudis, and his job is to enforce the rules. Because there are rules. This is not a chaotic bloodbath. He lifts his staff away, the crowd howls, and it begins. The retiarius dances backward, flinging his net low at your legs. You catch it on your shield and drive forward behind the wall of wood. He stabs the trident at your throat. You turn it aside on your helmet. Every move is fast, precise, rehearsed, A lifetime of drills spent in seconds. The crowd is anything but silent. They scream advice, insults, and delight. To them, you are not a man. You are the finest show in all of Rome. And somewhere in the middle of it lies the question that truly decides your fate. Not will you win, but what happens to you if you lose. Here is what almost everyone believes about that moment. That to lose in the arena is to die in the arena. That the sand is soaked with the blood of the defeated day after day. It is the single most famous fact about gladiators, and it is almost completely false. We know this because the Romans themselves kept score. On the walls of Pompeii, fans scratched the results of real fights into the plaster. Fighter by fighter, who won, who lost, who lived, and who died. And when historians add those records up, a stunning pattern appears. Only about 1 in 5 defeated gladiators was actually killed, which means 4 out of 5, the overwhelming majority, walked out alive. In the early years of the Great Arena, your odds of surviving a bout were roughly 9 in 10. Not certain death, closer to a dangerous day at work. And the reason is the very thought you were told to hold on to. You are expensive. It took years and a fortune to forge you into this fighter, kill you over one lost match, and your owner has simply burned his own money. So the fights were rarely to the death at all. You fought until one man was disarmed or wounded or raised his hand in surrender. Not until one man lay dead. The goal was to beat your opponent, not to butcher him. The arena was brutal, and yes, men did die on this sand, but it was far less a slaughterhouse and far more a deadly sport. And still, today, you are the one who slips. Your foot catches in the loose sand, and down you go. In an instant, the net drops over you, and the trident hovers at your throat. 50,000 people leap to their feet, so you do the one thing left to do. You raise a single finger into the air, the sign of surrender. At once the referee steps in, and the fight stops dead. Now your life belongs to the editor in his high seat, but he does not decide it alone. He turns to the 50,000, and he listens. If you fought bravely, they will bellow for mercy, missio, and mercy you will be given. If you fought like a coward, they will want you gone. The crowd throws out a gesture with their hands to show their will. And here, the last myth falls. We do not actually know that a thumbs down meant death. That famous gesture is a guess, painted centuries later, then copied by the films. The Romans knew exactly what it meant. We have simply lost it. Whatever the true sign was, the editor reads the crowd and gives his verdict. You fought well today. The whole arena roars for you to live. The trident lifts away. You are hauled to your feet, beaten but breathing. You have survived 24 hours as a gladiator. So, could you have? Honestly, your chances were far better than you ever dared to imagine. Not certain death, a trained, well-fed professional with the odds tilted in your favor. You pictured a doomed slave flung onto the sand to be slaughtered for a mob. The truth was far stranger. You were an athlete, a star, a fortune on 2 legs in a brutal and dangerous sport. Win enough of these days, survive enough fights, and you earn the greatest prize of all. Not gold, a plain wooden sword called the rudis, the sign that you are freed and that you will never have to fight again. The arena truly could kill you. That danger was always real. But it was never the certain death the world remembers. It was a game you could win.